MMAfighting.com in Hamburg. I'm with Davey Grant ahead of his fight with Manny Bermudez. How are you getting on, Davey? Second time's the charm, hopefully this time.
Yeah. I mean, obviously gutted about what happened in Liverpool, but to get the fight back so quick against the same opponent, I'm looking at us.
Yeah, I mean, I know you had put in a lot of preparation with Alex and obviously in SBG Manchester as well. Was that the fear that all this hard work had gone to waste when the staph infection took you out of it?
I mean, obviously I've had such bad luck with injuries and stuff anyway to get so close to the fight and then to get pulled away like on fight week because of an infection this time. That was it was a bit of a nightmare. But I mean, as far as the hard work goes, I put in like work all year round, every year. You know, like I don't just do fight camps. I live the fight life. And so whether it was then or now, I've prepared exactly the same.
It must have been such a blow as well after so much time. You know, I can remember talking to you ahead of the fight and you were raring to go again. Is it hard in any way to kind of get yourself up for that again after going through such a grueling camp?
No, not at all. It's probably easier. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like when it gets pulled away from you when you're so close, it's good, and then you think you've got it back. It's like, oh, that's brilliant. Do you know what I mean? It was probably more up for it, if anything. Do you know what I mean?
A guy like Bermudez, what do you prepare for specifically for this guy? I know the SBG way is usually there is no opponent, but do you follow that philosophy, or do you like to do a lot of homework?
No, but I like to concentrate on my side of the game. I like to let people worry about me. Obviously, he's got his strengths, and I've got my strengths. You know what I mean? I'm going to play the fight towards my strengths, try and implement my game plan. But look, I'm comfortable no matter what.
We were saying the last time, like you have a big run planned here. Like you want to have a big stab and get back into get into the rankings. Like this is you see this as a big run going forward. Given the history of injury you have, are you sure you can put together those kind of outings now, or is that something that's kind of in the back of your head a lot?
No, I mean, I have had lots of bad luck. A lot of them have been freak injuries, and it's just been unlucky. But like I say, I mean, I live the fight life and I train a lot smarter than what I used to. You know. When you've been doing a lot of MMA as long as I have, you learn a lot, and a lot of them I've learned from mistakes, you know. But I feel like I'm training better, and smarter than I've ever done before. So yeah, I'm looking forward to putting a good run together.
Is this is your first outing since Karl Tanswell's passing? Is that correct?
Yeah, it is the last one in Manchester. Yeah.
So I mean, that's a whole emotional roller coaster, I'm sure, for you and the guys with Alex as well, who trained underneath them. How has that been? Did you find your relationship with Alex getting stronger because you're going through this with each other?
Yeah, I mean, it was a weird situation for the team, and I'm sure things might have just happened before to other people, and then the team sort of like got a bit more sparse and spread out. Our guys have stayed tight, stayed together, and like I say, we all helped each other through it. It was a nightmare. You can't prepare for anything as terrible as that. And it was absolutely dreadful. But if anything, the team stayed tight-knit and we all helped each other out, and that's what it's like at SBG.
It feels like I can remember talking to you guys about this in great detail at the time. But I mean, you feel like you're taking his philosophy with you now. All of you guys that trained underneath him, right? Is that something that you're proud of, that you had that time with Karl, and especially you with such a very close relationship with him? Is that something that you feel is always going to be represented in your fighting style and your gym?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, his ethics and his way of coaching and his whole persona, you know, he just ticked all the boxes, you know, and all of us have learned so much from him. And he's got like, we've all got traits of him, you know. It's like, I mean, I find myself even when I'm coaching my guys and I'm using euphemisms what Karl would use, do you know what I mean? And it just reminds us of him all the time. So yeah, I mean, he's definitely going to live on in all of our coaching styles, methods of fighting.
Tell me how you think this is going to go finally. I know it's a bit of a cliche to finish the interview on, but how do you see this fight going?
Look, I mean, to be honest, I'm prepared for war, do you know what I mean? And anything else is just a bonus. I mean, obviously I'm going to be looking for the knockout, that's what I do. I like to stand up back and get out there early, you know, you don't have to pay for overtime here.
If it all goes according to plan and it goes that way, when would you like to get back in there? I mean, do you kind of look at this year in your head and think of how many fights you want, or next year?
Yeah, I mean, I would love to get back in straight away, you know, a couple of months' time. Anything they've got for me, like I say, I mean, I live the fight life. I'll be ready to go. You know, I'm not gonna. I won't get overweight. I won't do anything. I'll just be straight back in the gym, improving, getting better, and looking to fight again.
Thanks so much, Davey. Cheers for that, mate. Thanks.